what I want to talk to you today about is why you're doing multiple streams of income wrong, and why what most gurus are telling you about multiple streams of income is wrong. And the reason is because you haven't maxed out, delegated, automated your first source of income. Okay? I'm a big believer in having a safety net. I think that net should be at least 100K USD, 2020 prices. So if you're watching this video in 2030, you can assume a 30% depreciation in that currency, and you'd want about 130 grand. If you are below the 100 grand mark, a lot of you guys are above 100 grand. Decent amount of my clients are 7-figure net worth guys. But if you're below 100 grand, okay, all I would be thinking about is maxing out my current business and saving that 100K, building that safety net. And as you start to get above 30K or whatever, placing that in different currencies. For example, I have Georgian Lari, I have Thai Baht, I have Euro, I have USD, I have CAD. And that is basically just a hedge. I consider those currencies investments. For example, my Thai Baht has appreciated 4% compared to my USD over the last couple of years, which is better than what bonds are doing. But if I get appreciation on it, I mean, that's more of a bonus. What I'm just trying to do is just trying to preserve against any kind of major depreciation in the US dollar. For example, like a 20% depreciation in a hyperinflation year. But on average, you know, we're just eating that 3% every year, regardless of how good your other investments are doing. Everything is measured in US dollars. It's the worldwide currency. You could use your home country's currency if you're Australian, but we still measure things in currency. Even Bitcoin, it's measured in the amount of US dollars that it's actually worth. So your measuring sticks out there going to be your home country's currency, or like I do, what I consider the world reserve currency, which is currently US dollars. Maybe 10 years from now it's Euro, or it's Won, or it's something else. But I would measure it in US dollars. And you're trying to ramp that business up while stacking up 100K and spreading that across a couple of different currencies. You could also throw in some gold and some crypto. Just don't put too much of your net worth in crypto, please, because we don't even have longer than a 10-year chart on it. And just believe that your business, even if crypto returned 100%, ideally you're in a high margin service business that I advise you guys to be in, or drop shipping, or some other high margin business, and you've developed a flywheel within that business to where you can pump money back in and scale. For example, Facebook ads or YouTube ads are a great example of a flywheel in a service business, and it could be like a coaching business like mine. Still working on the course, aiming to be out Q1 2021. Then I start pushing into the flywheel. Biggest mistake that I ever made was not doing a course sooner and then pumping a bunch of money into the ads. My business has been very good to me, but I haven't been able to, or I haven't invested a whole lot of money back into it, which is what I should have been doing. So before you even started thinking about multiple streams of income, number one, set up a structure within your business to where you can maximize that stream of income, okay? If it is a lifestyle business, which I suggest it is, as compared to a much lower margin empire business where you need a ton of people, you might need an office, you might need physical boots on the ground and all these different things. A lifestyle business maxes out at about $3 million with, like, you know, 3 or 4 staff, or maybe like 10 semi, you know, kind of remote staff. For example, one of my clients is a programmer, and he has 6 programmers working for him remotely, but none of them are reporting to an office, and some of these guys are only getting 5 hours of work. So it's not like he's managing 10 full-time employees. Okay, so lifestyle business maxes out and I've got this on good authority. Kevin Hutto agrees with this, so do a number of different guys, at about 3 mil a year, with maybe 3 or 4 full-time staff, and then maybe or sort of like 10 part-time contractors, as well as perhaps you've got an ads guy who you're paying 5 or 10K. All right. I'm not talking about you scale this to an empire like Sam Ovens does, where he's doing 30 million and he's got a ton of staff, or different types of businesses like that. Those tend to be lower margin, and those tend to be like, if you're planning on building an empire, it's not even worth it for anything less than 8 figures. Otherwise, you should consider yourself in a lifestyle business. And now your current business might not have, let's say I've got a buddy of mine who's got a very profitable niche site, and he's not doing any ads, he's just maxed out the SEO, and he's getting $50,000 a month from that particular site. And I've seen it, I know the traffic numbers. Things like this are possible. If you know what you're doing, you've got the right traffic writers and you've got the right people doing SEO, and he just didn't see it as viable to advertise. Now, there's a number of reasons, because it's kind of in a gray area. But the point being is that site's maxed. So that site's maxed. He's delegated and automated most of the operations. At that point, okay, he can move on to his next niche site. And I was talking to him about what to do in regards to that, as well as moving on to other goals that he wanted to do in terms of changing his residency and getting different bank accounts and things of that nature.